That's right, we here are not about travel in style. We are here at the opening for the brand new Macan by Porsche, by Eurocars. Let's go take a look inside at what they have to offer for new Sri Lankan soil. Fortunately for us, Out and About was invited to Eurocars Private Limited's opening of the Porsche Macan, and I'm about to get to see the car on the first time here in Sri Lankan soil. Hello ladies, where can I see the car?
You have to go through there, and it hasn't been displayed yet.
Oh, I got it. Okay, yeah, sure, waiting. That's what I was made for. Waiting. Alright, so I just walked in and I wanted to find out more details about this brand new launch for Porsche, or Porsche. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but who better than to ask the managing director of Eurocars Private Limited, Alexandria Senanaika. Hi.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Well, thank you for inviting me, first of all. It's very
welcome. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Yeah, kind of a special cause. But anyways, getting to the car. What is Porsche? Is it Porsche first of all? Is it Porsche or Porsche?
Well, the actual correct pronunciation is Porsche. However, we do understand in different countries, different accents, you might be able to pronounce it as Porsche. That's fine as well. But the actual pronunciation is Porsche.
Porsche.
So now you know.
All right. So tell me what are you guys doing today? There's a new line called a Macan.
Absolutely. Tonight is an extremely exciting night for us. We've been waiting for this night actually for 4 years. Tonight we're going to be launching Porsche's 5th model line. Right. And it's extremely special because this is actually in the compact SUV segment for the very first time. Right. We've had the Cayenne model, which you will probably see running around the streets of Colombo, that was introduced in 2004, and that was in the SUV segment.
Oh, I was that guy that was saying, look at that Porsche. That was me.
Oh, that was you? Okay, that makes sense then.
All right, so the other thing I really wanted to know was, now this is a vehicle that not only goes on rough terrain, but also on asphalt on the streets of Colombo as well.
I mean, it's really meant for paved streets, off-terrain as well. We've got an off-road button actually as standard on the Macan. Okay. So for you gentlemen out there who love to be able to take your cars from the city to possibly even Yala, this is the car for you. This is the compact SUV, like I said. What we will be launching tonight is the base Macan model, right. Which is a 2-liter 4-cylinder inline engine. Right. So that's what we're introducing tonight. But with the model series range, we're going to have a Macan, which you'll see tonight, and then we have a Macan S, which is a 3-liter bi-turbo engine. Right. And then we've got, of course, Porsche's Macan Turbo, which really sets itself. There's absolutely no competitor in the segment right now to the Macan Turbo, and that is a 3.6-litre bi-turbo engine as well. Right. All the variants we're offering to Sri Lanka are petrol variants. Right.
Now this is perfect because not only is this car going to help out every single guy that goes down south or travels around the country during the weekend, but tell me about what we're going to expect at this launch today.
Well, to be honest with you, we had a little bit of hiccups due to the rain, of course, as you know. But you know, the show must go on. The show must go on. But what we really would like to do is kind of unveil the car and have our customers see that this is a true Porsche. Right. The 5th model line, compact SUV segment, but it has the bloodlines of Porsche. It has the Porsche DNA, and you'll be able to see it after the unveiling. The design lines are always intact, so at one glance you know that this is another little baby brother to the entire Porsche family. And of course we'll be talking a little bit more about what the car can do.
This car is a tailor-made package. As soon as you purchase it, you get to choose whatever options you want in your car.
We actually have a few stock cars that we always try to spec quite differently from each other. But what we try to do is promote the cars to customers and have them customize it and put in their orders. So most of our customers actually prefer to do that because if they're going to invest this much in a Porsche, they'd like to have a Porsche that's perfectly them and perfectly representative of their lifestyle.
Right. Well, say no more. You've sold me. Let's just get myself a Porsche now. wanting to get into depth of this particular car, I kind of met up with Shamal Fernando here, who happens to be the sales manager of Porsche Sri Lanka. Now, Shamal, tell me now, what stands out from this engine from any other car that you've ever seen before here in this country?
Okay, basically, first of all, Porsche engines are always has been 3 liter and upwards, right? And for the first time they introduced the Macan with a 2 liter engine. So that's what we have introduced here today. It's a 4 cylinder 2 liter engine. So it comes under a different tax category, but it's still the engine is very efficient. So it still generates about 237 bhp, which is far more than a usual car that of the same size.
Right, so it obviously has turbo as well in the process?
It has a turbo. It's a turbocharged engine. Yeah.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Now, if we just walk around this car, this happens to be the biggest Porsche I've seen for now. In this vicinity right now, I've seen this is the biggest Porsche. Every young man in Sri Lanka is looking for something slim, versatile. Would you recommend this for an everyday young lad or maybe a family man?
Okay, this vehicle actually is a smaller version of the Porsches we have here, right? Because you have the Cayenne, which is the bigger version of this. So this is like the junior version of the Cayenne, right? And this is actually targeted by Porsche for more of a younger crowd, for a more younger generation. Generally for urban use, people who are more active, more youthful, who want to go fast, who has a fast-paced life. So this is they are breaking entry-level model, which will, it'll be their highest seller basically, even more than the Cayenne.
Now, since we got the engine down, one very important thing for Sri Lankans is boot space. Because being Sri Lankan, you know you want to pack up everything you possibly can when you're traveling. Let's go take a look at the boot then. Alright, before we go into boot space, I knew it was important that I get to sit right in front of the wheel and maybe feel around and, get... First of all, I like the material. This is making me feel one step higher than I actually am, which is a good thing. Alright, so now tell me about this, the front area of the interior.
Okay, basically the interior is made out of pure leather, and they choose the highest grade of leather also. And of course the interior is made very similar to the Cayenne design, but you will see that this the steering wheel is very different. It's actually coming from the new generation of their cars. Basically it's coming from the 918 Spider, so you'll have a very similar steering and a driving setup on their sports car. So they have taken that same design and the same driving position for their SUVs. So you find that in the Macan as well.
I find it really spacious. That's one thing that I really love. When a car is, it's not too much, it's not too little. It's right there in the middle.
It's designed for, like I said, younger people. So the design is more modern, and also it's spacious so that a person who has a small family can accommodate, the interior can accommodate maybe 2 children, and a young couple can basically go comfortably in this vehicle.
Right. And it also, like you said, 2 children or even 3 people in the back seat. That's amazing. And one thing I have to mention, these seats are ridiculously comfortable. I'm literally melting in my seat right now. Alright, Shamal, let's go check out the boot, because that is one very important thing for me. The boot has to be as good as I hope this car is so far.
It is. Okay.
Alright, finally I get to see the boot of the Porsche Macan. Now, Shamal, I understand there's a very cool way of opening this back. Please enlighten me.
Okay, you have to open it through a touch-sensitive button here, and it's coming. Design is coming from the Panamera.
Okay.
So basically, just press it and it opens.
Oh, there you go. All right, now let's take a look at. Wow, it doesn't get much spacious than this. Now, for everyday Sri Lankan, we like to pack our suitcases wherever we go. That means traveling down south, driving to Trinco or wherever you're going, we'd like to fit in as much bags as we can. Tell me the specs of this. How much of baggage can you carry in the back here?
Basically, this has 500 liters of space at the back. But also the interesting thing about this is these seats, they are 40-20 by 40, so you can fold them completely.
Right.
And then basically the liters volume increases to 1,500 liters.
Okay.
So you can take your basically big suitcase or your big golf bags. Basically, you can take it like a van. You can basically have a bigger space, boot space here.
More like a stylish van and a van that girls are gonna like.
Definitely.
All right, now here's the most important question before I conclude this from the expert itself. Now, I've seen how guys pick up girls with these amazing cars. Is it possible to do it with this Porsche?
Definitely, it has been done. And it will continue to be done.
Shamal, I'm gonna take it that you've done this before. All right, now as always, I'm just gonna creep in here and we'll just check out what else is here at the showcase of this Porsche Macan. I can actually fit in. This is amazing. All right, so I'm here with Don, Peter, Saturnitas. Now, Peter, I've been watching the unveiling of this new Porsche Macan. What are your thoughts so far from what you've seen and what you've got? I saw you going in and out of that car. What do you think about the car?
I like it because I do like Porsche. Quality is always good. The first Porsche I ever saw belonged to my cousin's father-in-law. It was the only one, 365, for many, many years. Many years later, of course, a couple of private imports. And my favorite all time is the 928.
The 928?
Yeah, and my wife's cousin has two.
Look at that.
Yeah, and so I like that car very much.
Right.
Now these days for Sri Lanka, now that Porsche is here in a meaningful capacity, which it wasn't aggressively marketed before, I think it's a fine vehicle. And the other models, they are all for niche markets.
True.
And they will sell and they will give reflected glory to this car.
Right.
Actually, I like this car. It's the first Porsche that I would consider buying myself.
Right.
Maybe not as a new car, but maybe when it becomes second-hand in a few years' time, because I got something else in the pipeline. What I like about it is, it has an engine, the small engine, which is more suited to the economic conditions in this country. And most of all, the physical dimensions that's comfortable for anybody to drive in this country. It's very compact, and it's got the ground clearance and things that's required here.
Now, Peter, I have one more question for you. So I walked in, right, and I see this expert, and the expert tells me, now this car was made for the young man, the younger generation of Sri Lanka. I beg to differ. Would you agree with me, or?
Well, it's about, the cars are made for people who buy them. In different countries, different people will buy them for different reasons. I think here, it's a chance to buy a Porsche that's going to fit in and be drivable on these roads, which are very crowded. And because it's got good ground clearance and four-wheel drive, it's something that you don't have to worry about if you go up country or go on a rough road, which with the sportier cars you have to think twice about. So you can have a Porsche, you don't have to stick in Colombo because you can't take it anywhere else. So this is the first versatile car. That's why I said the first meaningful car this company has marketed here, and I wish them all the best.
So I'm here with Sabrina Kramer, the lady behind the scenes of this amazing event. Now, the Porsche Macan just launched itself today, and how much work did you have to put in to actually make it look as good as it is?
Well, I don't think we needed to put any work into the car. I mean, it speaks for itself. But, I mean, obviously we did put a lot into the backdrop, the LED screen, and, of course, the lighting and whatnot, entertainment. But the car on its own is stunning. I mean, my favorite is the lights. I mean, we use that as a kind of, I guess, key image for our invitations.
Right.
Stunning lights, tail lights. I mean, the inside is beautiful.
Oh, my God. Sabrina, tell me about it. I'm going to tell you something that I just did. Everyone else was just wandering around looking at the car. I actually shoved myself into the boot of that car.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it was comfortable. I could move my body around inside that boot.
There's plenty of room. I mean, one of the features is that the back seats do come down, so you can flap them down and use it as storage. So, I mean, it's useful for somebody who's busy, got a lifestyle of sports, maybe somebody likes to go out after work.
Right.
So I guess that's how we're pitching it. It's for somebody with a very crazy lifestyle, loves thrills, loves going out. So it could be for one of us. Yeah, why not?
Well, for those of you watching at home, you probably noticed in this entire episode that I was obsessed with the boot because I'm a person that enjoys good boot space. All right, now Macan, is that how you pronounce it? Now, I got a lesson learned today that it could be pronounced Porsche.
It's actually Porsche.
I totally knew that. I was testing you. All right, so it's Porsche. Now, what does Macan mean?
The Macan, as maybe somebody may have told you already, it's Indonesian word for tiger. So that's how we're pitching it, as a agile sort of beast that can pounce at any time.
Wow, that is so strong, like tiger, and that was my impression of a tiger. But all right, one last thing. Now, I asked your experts that were around the car. I asked them, I'm a young lad. If I was to purchase a car, I would want to know if this would pick up girls. Will this Porsche Macan be able to help me out with the Lankan ladies?
I think the answer to that is maybe any Porsche would give anyone a great image.
Well put. All right, Sabrina, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure and very good stuff here. I really enjoyed myself.
Enjoy the night.
Thank you. Well, that brings an end to the Porsche Macan unveiling here on MTV Sports' Out and About. I'm your host, Jason, and thanks to the Porsche Macan, I gotta say, I picked up some really good-looking girls thanks to that. And I just stood by right next to it. I didn't even buy it. I'm your host, Jason. Until next time, stay awesome, Gotham.
Hey, welcome to Out and About. We are at the Park Street Muse. My name is Chase D, and Kavindya is also here after quite a while. Hello.
Hi.
We didn't miss you.
I didn't ask.
I know. Just told you.
Okay.
So, just what we are up to here. We are at the AOD reveal, which is...
This is the invitation card, and this is in fact the exhibition done by the graduating class of 2014 from AOD. So we were told that this is 3 exhibitions, meaning...
Put together as one.
Yeah. So there is fashion, there is interior, and there is graphic designing class.
A minor in photography as well.
So it's technically 4 little exhibitions put together into one. We're really excited to see, and apparently we were told that this is sort of a marketplace where the graduating class will probably find their next employers.
Yeah, because there's a lot from the corporates who are also here. So it's good luck to them and also fun for us to actually check all this out.
Really excited.
So there are three parts to this exhibition, and right now we are in the fashion side of it, and there are some fantastic collections which we have seen. And right now we have Bhagya, who is here with me. Yeah, relax, don't worry. Hi, how are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm actually really intrigued by your collection. I'm sure you heard of 3D printing, and relatively recently 3D printing came to Sri Lanka, and she has actually made full advantage of that. Could you just maybe tell us a little bit about what you did with your collection?
Okay, I wanted to create an accessory range, so without producing it from metal or anything like that, so I wanted to try a new technique. So I went up to the Colombo 3D printing studio, then they helped me to do the parts of the accessories I wanted.
Alright, so maybe a little bit about the concept itself. Do I see a lot of hands?
So all these hands, so it's supposed to be a women's wear accessory range. So I broke down all the elements of a clutch purse or a women's wear purse into three parts. The bottom layer you can see, it's the textile. Then the 3D printed plastics are the ones which are going to be like the handle of the clutches. So. Okay.
Alright, and you also see something about a glow-in-the-dark thing as well going on here. Yeah, let's check it out. You gotta check this out. This is fun. Go ahead.
This is the bottom layer. So this is gonna act as the textile. So in the morning you're gonna see just a normal print. So at night the product you can give a double value to it. So it can turn into a glow-in-the-dark print.
Oh, check that out.
We usually see fashion designers being inspired by everything from animals to eras to objects to everything in between. But we have with us in there with the collection, the Unibrow collection, who is actually inspired by a painter, a living painter who lived in Mexico, a very famous one. First, tell us the most striking thing about the collection is your source of inspiration. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, she's a Mexican artist, and she practically painted her life, like whatever she went through in life. She used to paint, so it's mostly portraits. So I was mostly inspired by portraits. I've done a portrait painting.
I think we could actually show it in a while, because it's a lovely white dress with a complete portrait in the bodice in the front. It's lovely. And tell us, I also saw most of the designs having a very masculine, a very strong touch. Tell us the story behind that.
Yeah, she was practically, she used to miss her husband because he used to go out like to abroad, like to paint and stuff. So he used to go, like she used to miss him, so she used to wear his blazers. So that's how she gets the masculine touch into her collection.
Some of these stalls, we've got Sajivani, who has done a pretty cool thing. She has mixed Scotland and China together. Well, at least they're not babies, but it's more of the fashion side of it. So, could you explain to us a bit about your collection?
Yeah, it's my inspiration for the collection was historical Chinese costumes and Scotland tartans, and I have used handloom textile to emphasize the Scottish checks, and then mixing a little bit of brocade and lace to emphasize the Chinese side to it.
So what made you actually go with these two? It's like two contrasting things. You have Scotland on one side, you got China on the other side.
I think it's where the inspiration comes from.
That's the inspiration. So was there anything else which you maybe also looked at, any other particular cultures before you came down to these two?
No, actually, I was really interested in this Scotland tartan checks. So I really wanted to do something mixing it with handloom. So that's when I thought that maybe why not mixing it with Chinese, because they have a lot of really embellished textile like brocades and things like that. So I just really wanted to mix things like that and do something really different.
We're here with Vishan Gunawardhana and his collection by the name of Enigma. First and foremost, congratulations on your first class. How does it feel like?
Feels alright, feels amazing, but that's not the part of it, but it was a good experience.
And also, tell us about the collection overall, your source of inspiration. It was pretty different from what I've heard before. Tell us a bit about it.
It was basically based from the 1920s Art Deco formations in the buildings and construction, and I moved it on from the 20s to the tailoring techniques of the time, and developed it into what it was now. So my basic inspiration was mostly the 1920s, because that's something I am really interested in, and that's how it came to.
So that's interesting to see the structure of formation being sort of transformed into fashion and design. Interesting. And I think the most interesting part of this stall is right here. If we can show it up to the camera, tell us about this.
Yeah. So basically, now that you talk about transforming, this is a transforming dress I've created. It starts off with this, a shorter dress, and it moves on to a longer dress periodically after pulling just one part of it. So it moves on and evolves into a more contemporary but longer classic garment from the classic 20s look.
So this is technically the Transformers in fashion, and lovely concept. And I think this is, I would honestly buy this if this was in store, because this is such it's a sort of a good tap on the budget, because I mean you're technically having like about 4 dresses just in one. How did you get this idea?
It was mostly inspired by Broadway plays that I watched, and there was this theatre background I really like. So with that I thought, hey, what nice way to kind of make it funky at the fashion shows.
And I'm very inquisitive, do you have plans of putting this out on stalls?
Not yet, but hopefully planning on getting up somewhere.
So I can keep my hopes high. Let's talk about the pieces. What about this one?
This is a handloom fabric that I made in Gampa. It's got beadlu incorporated into it. So this is the basic beadlu we get in Gaul, and it's entwined into the handloom and creates this Chanel-ish kind of jacket.
And that's lovely to see the traditional art forms in Sri Lanka being incorporated into such a high-end piece like this. Lovely. And also, tell us about the white dress on the corner. I was very interested in that.
So basically, this is also another transforming dress. It only folds up from these two parts. These two parts, if you could hold it here, these two parts fold up to form a shorter dress, right? And then once it's held on here with magnets, and then once pulled, it falls into this.
Right.
This dress, the silhouette will look like that, the one in the white in the corner. Yeah.
Amazing. And I am so thrilled about having this in stores. That's what I'm looking forward to.
My cousin, how are you?
I'm good, excited.
So, could you tell us a bit about your collection?
My collection was basically about detachment, because when I started creating this, when I was inspired, I had a lot of emotional baggage, to be honest, and I wanted to let go. So I needed space. So I started looking at space within the garment and reinterpreting it. That's when I started looking at Japan.
Japan?
Yeah.
Why Japan?
Because they have a big cycle, a lot of transitions in their life. They recovered a lot, they survived a lot. So I started looking at them and how they started wearing the natural clothing to what they are today, urban, extremely.
Yeah.
So, through that, I started drawing and sketching a lot of Japanese outfits and deriving these garments out of them. And they are extremely sustainable.
Okay.
Handloom, because I wanted to stay grounded as much as I could. So whatever I produce won't damage the earth as much.
Okay.
And factory waste.
And there's the very famous Mount Fiji?
That is?
Ah, yes, I know my geography. Alright, so from that, could you maybe just show us a little bit of your collection itself?
This is my favorite. It's handloom, cotton, and dyed with mahogany wood. What else can I show? Oh, the little window of hope. It's at the back.
So why is the little window of hope?
You can imagine a lot when you see through space, I think.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
there's actually an array of vibrant things that are happening at the graphic designing booth here, the exhibition hall. And we figured out as we scanned through a few of them that they were given a brief on the lines of social responsibility, if I'm not mistaken. And we're here with Sahil, who created an app by the name of Sitting Pretty. Tell us about it.
So basically, this app is for use on people using public transport. Mainly females have been sexually harassed. So what this app does, it's more of a call to arms. Rather than you turning to your authority figure, which is what you should do, but usually they're not there, right? Yes. So you need to turn to your friends or your fellow neighbor to help you. So the idea of the app is that it lists your most reliable contacts and alerts them in a situation of distress, but not only them, any other user of the app. Yeah, so as well as alerting them, it shows them your location, where your bus stop is going to be next, whatever train station is going to be next, and you also see where they are. So either way, y'all can try and help each other. You can go towards them while they're coming towards you. The unique feature though about this app is that it's a facial recognition system. So if you scan the area, if there's been someone who's been marked for sexual harassment before, you'll see a little mark above their head using facial recognition. Therefore, you can tend to stay away from people like that, as well as you can see those who are using the app, so you know who to go to for help.
We're here at the graphic designing section, and the first person we met here was Tamal. And I was actually going through the little leaflet, the red colored booklet we got, and your intro was very striking, and I thought I should meet this guy, because it was all about how about confirmation and how you didn't want to stick to the usual norms of how people behave and how you want to be something different. Tell us about the inspiration behind all this.
Because initially we were told to not write some life story, but try to convince people that what you're doing is trying to make a difference here.
I think you have convinced me, so I'm sure there were lots of people out there who were convinced.
You know, yeah. So yeah.
Tell us about the Colombo, the polite, that concept.
It's initially based on how Colombo, most people tend to stare at each other all the time, and it's considered rude in most other cultures. And I'm not trying to point fingers or antagonize anyone. I'm just trying to bring out the issue so that it would burst their bubble that it's a bit rude to do that. I mean, it gets to a point where the other party gets really uncomfortable. That's it.
And I think we should show the book as well. So this is the book, Breaking the Habit. It's simply about how staring at someone else is rude. And I think I love the way you've put it out, because you find it very difficult to ask a person not to stare, because they say, it's not illegal, you can stare. So are you thinking of implementing it? How is that going to be like?
If I'm implementing it, it'll be a huge project. As you can see, you have to make actual billboards. Yeah. So I'm hoping because I've envisioned this to be pitched to the Colombo Municipal Council. So if they ever took the offer, I'm guessing it'll make a difference.
I think if the Municipal Council, anyone from the Municipal Council is watching us now, there's an excellent idea here. So in case you want to implement it, Tamal is the guy you need to talk to.
Alright, so we moved on to another part of the exhibition, and that is the interior. So the first one which you walked into is something done by Sumaya, and a very intricate one. Could you tell us a little bit about this? This looks very interesting.
So basically, this project is about people and them experiencing phobias. It's something very unusual and something that people don't really talk about, but it's within every individual.
Alright, so what are the phobias which you have used in this? At least in your project.
Yes, so firstly it's claustrophobia, and then it goes on to the vertigo, fear of heights, and then there's fear of darkness, and there's fear of a fear that's within you. There's an agoraphobia that you don't really talk about, but it's within you. And lastly, fear of darkness.
And is there any of these which you're afraid of?
I'm afraid of vertigo and claustrophobia. That's why I've expanded that into 2 rooms. My personal fear.
Oh wow, so you've actually put your own fear into this. So to make such a design and to have all of this done, the model and all that, how long does it take you?
It actually took us, we were given 3 months to work on this project and 3 months to work on the previous one. So basically 3 months.
Oh wow. And so which is your favorite compartment, so to speak?
I'll speak
The vertigo.
claustrophobia and the vertigo one because that's my personal fear. So basically the claustrophobia is more sort of, there's 2. One is a artistic experience and one is a physical one. The artistic experience is something like this. Where things will be touching out on your face. And the other physical experiencing is moving walls, where you have to escape your way out. So those are the 2 claustrophobic spaces.
I think she's going to be hired by a movie set.
We were walking through the interior design section and we came across Rosa Vandala by Renuka. By the looks of it, it's a sort of a production / farm sort of thing, but tell us exactly what it is about.
So this place we actually grow the roses in the farm. So it's a vertical farm literally. So we grow this particular type of rose called Vandala, and then we cut it and we have a laboratory where we actually give them the different type of colors into one particular rose, and we sell it to the clients if they want to make their roses customized, or it can also serve for weddings, especially for wedding decorations that they use more type of colors. So that is basically it about this one.
Alright, so there's a lot of fascinating items which you've seen here, and some of it is all about the interior, it's all about the exterior, but it's all put together into one particular package. The next one which you have is something called the elixir. Now elixir in itself is a magical potion, and we have Goyumi, who is the creator of this. Well, it's not a magical potion in this right, but at least the whole concept in itself. Could you just tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, so my project is a trans mental wellness center. It basically it improves and promotes mental and spiritual wellness through the use of herbal psychoactive inebriants.
So what made you get into that side of it?
You see, now in Sri Lanka, a lot of people have a lot of negative things to tell about alcohol, but I am trying to promote the positive side of it by using herbal inebriants. So rather than using alcohol, I'm promoting the herbal side of it. So it cures illnesses, it purifies the body, things like that. Yeah.
So something for the welfare of a person. And then the whole concept in itself, how did all of this come about for you?
The concept, basically, it was mainly taken out of the dodecahedron. The whole structure is based on that. Okay. So it's a glass structure. You get synchronized doors. So basically, you swipe your phone and the door opens.
The entire tour of the whole exhibition. We covered fashion, we covered
the interiors, then the graphics, and the minor in photography.
You feel so good to have seen so much variety in the things that people did, so many different sources of inspiration. And
what's really cool? Today, I read this article. Apparently, on the index of creativity in South Asia, Sri Lanka is ranked 19, which is really bad. But when I saw some of the creativity which is here, this is what's coming forward. And there's so much from the graphic designers to the interiors. You know, there was such complex architecture which they
I love the one, the lady you interviewed about the different phobias that you go through when you go. It was lovely. I'm sure the rankings are absolutely, they're wrong. Clearly they're wrong. And we loved everything about it.
Yes, we certainly did. And it's certainly something which you must have checked out yourself. And this is AOD Reveal on Out and About. I guess that's a wrap for us from here. Alright, so you take care. I'm Chase D.
And this is Kavinya. Make sure you like our Facebook page, which is
www.facebook.com/Out and About MTV Sports.
and follow us on Instagram. Good night.
Oh, we're recording?
Sorry, why is it Euro? Oh, I got it. Okay, yeah, sure. Waiting. That's what I was made for. Waiting. I could actually fit in! You were watching this opening and the really sorry, could we get that again? This oh wait, what's the right really knows how to showcase and unveil the latest brand car. Sorry. Until next time. I'm your host. I'm your host Jason. Stay classy. Oh my god.
Let's see what's happening inside.
Which has been used for, I believe,